Hi guys, so excuse the music in the background. We have a DJ across the road. I live on a main road, so every Saturday we have somebody across the road singing and doing the DJ for 4 hours, all year round, same act every weekend. Spring, summer, autumn, winter, he's there and everybody is there clapping and cheering like it's the most original act and like he's never done it before, although he's been doing it for 15 years and he literally does the songs in the same order as well. So today I thought I'd do a video called my top 5 favourite Strictly Fan Fictions. Now, is it bad that 4 of them are from Evie? Yeah. Four of my favourites are from Evie. And one of them is from an account called Forever and Always 3000, who is, I'll tell you more about that in a minute. So I'm going to go through them. So my favourite is number 1, so I'm going to go from 5 to 1. And I'm going to give you a little synopsis of what it's about. And I'm going to tell you why I like it and why I think you should read it. There's my little notebook. Okay, so here we go. Number 5, username Glitter. Now I've done a review. On 3 of these I've done a review, and I did a review on one of them on my last channel. So yeah, number 5, username Glitter. I've done a review on this. It took the form of a group chat, and it was basically a Strictly group chat in which all of them were talking, and it was a really funny book. And when Evie wrote it, because it's one of Evie's stories, when she wrote it, it was right in the middle of when she was writing Safe With You, which is a really sad story. More on that later. And so yeah, that was a really sad story. So that this one was put in to kind of lighten the tone, if you know what I mean, and it's a really upbeat book, and all the characters in it are perfect. You had I think you had everybody from the 2017 series. You had Darcy, you had Anya Garnis, who used to be one, and then you had Ola Jordan, who was then kicked from the group chat because nobody liked her. Oh, and you had Natalie Lowe, who left in 2016, but who is Evie's favourite Strictly Professional, so yeah. So that was a really good book. I really enjoyed that. It was quite a short one. It was only about 3,000 words, I'd say, but it was only one chapter, but it was a really, really good book, and it really made me laugh. The only thing that I said, and I said it in my review, was I would have liked to have seen the other judges in there, but that's only because I am a Judges fan, and I like to have the judges in everything if possible, but it was a really good story, and as I've said before, my favourite character was Darcy, Savage Ballerina, so yeah. Okay, number 4, Safe With You. Now, I'm loving the sequel to Safe With You, which is called Safe With Me, but I would say that I do prefer Safe With You because I love stories that are dramatic. I love stories that have like dark themes in it, but books that can make me cry and stuff like that. I just love all the drama because my life is one big drama. So I love stories that bring the drama in that. And Safe With You was a very sad story. It was about Natalie and Joanne fell in love. I've done a review on it, so go check that out. Natalie and Joanne fall in love basically, and they kiss at the 2016 results show after Joanne wins. And then Natalie goes to rehearsals of Flashdance to find that Joanne has been is in a relationship with Ben Adams, who she works with in Flashdance. However, Ben Adams is an abusive partner, and so yeah, it's about themes of domestic violence. It does end happily though, but I'm not going to tell you how it ends because if you haven't read it, then I don't want to spoil it for you. But I love stories that have themes of drama. So I told you, my stories are full of drama. I mean, you have what's it called? You have Together by Fate. That was depressing. I cried writing Together by Fate because, well, there was one part in which I did cry, and there was one part in which I almost cried. Weirdly enough, when I was writing Together by Fate, I'm sorry this is off the subject, but when I was writing Together by Fate, when it was at the most abusive parts, like when Leonardo tracked Darcy down and started beating her up after the final, I didn't cry writing that. I felt a bit emotional writing that part, but I didn't cry. But the part where I did cry, for some reason, was in chapter 12. In chapter 12, there's this lovely scene where Craig has had a nightmare about his girlfriend who committed suicide. Shirley's sitting with him and trying to calm him down and that. And it says that he's been crying for the last hour and a half and now he's trying to sleep. But then he's crying again because he's afraid he's going to sleep because he doesn't want to see Sophie in his nightmares. And it's just about that, basically. And that part did make me cry because I don't know why that part made me cry, but anyway. Okay, number 3, Rings. Rings is a story about Darcy and Katja Jones falling in love. Katja, is that how you say it? Katja? I'm not sure how you say it. I would say Katja, but that's probably not how you say it. That's just where I say it. I'm from Gloucestershire, so that's how I say it. So Darcy and Katja fall in love, and Darcy's in love with Katja, and she can't say that because she is married to Neil Jones. Katja, I mean. Darcy's husband apparently is shit at being a husband. She's in a loveless marriage, and one day Katja finds flowers and a card in her dressing room addressed to her from Darcy, and it turns out that Darcy didn't do that. It was Craig that did it in order to try and help the romance along a little bit. And at the very end, they find out that, well, Neil was an abusive partner, and yeah. Sorry, I've been eating Mentos all afternoon, so that's why I keep playing with wrapping paper. Okay, number 2, Strictly Come Dancing, Back to the Roots. This story is still an ongoing story, but there are some stories on Wattpad that I absolutely love so much that I will long for them to be updated. And every time it comes up in my notification spots that but it's been updated or whatever, I'm so happy. I'm literally so happy. And Back to the Roots is one of them. I didn't start reading that story immediately when it was, because I've only been on it since December, so I didn't start reading it originally, I don't think. But then I think I've been reading it since about chapter 6, and then I've been up to date with it. And it's a really, really good story. It's about a girl and a boy called Abby and Harvey who are invited to perform on Strictly Come Dancing, Back to the Roots, which is a new show, and it's children dancing on Strictly. And it's a really good book, and the main thing that's been intriguing me and making me want to read it is because Craig is being unnecessarily harsh and trying to undermark them. And it's been saying all the way through that although Craig's always unnecessarily mean, his comments aren't true. And then the latest chapter, which was the one I read last night, was, what's it called? Craig was saying that he didn't want to keep hurting their feelings or whatever. So I'm really, there's a big twist, and I'm really interested to find out the twist. Like, I'm so excited. It's absolutely ridiculous. I get so excited over a story, but I can't wait for it to be updated. I really can't. And then number 1, I think you know what I'm going to say. Strictly Complicated. Yes, Strictly Complicated. Now, as you all know, that is my favourite story ever. I was lucky enough to find that. So, how did I join Wattpad is the question. Well, I joined Wattpad because I read that one of my followers had basically updated their story on Wattpad. So I decided, what's Wattpad? So I went into my Google Play because I have a Samsung tablet, and I went and looked in my Google App Store, and I saw I typed in Wattpad, and it looked a really good app. So I said, okay, then I'm going to go look at it. It could be a good idea because I've loved writing stories ever since I was a kid. Even when I was a kid, I was writing stories about my favourite TV shows and my friends and my family and that. I've always been writing stories. Not very good stories, but I've always been writing. And so I decided, okay, I'm going to get it. So I read this book that one of my followers had been talking about. And then I stumbled across a story called Strictly Complicated. And then I commented on it, but I didn't know originally who had written it. I wasn't entirely sure who had written it. So I put up a post on my Instagram saying, is this anybody's story? Because this story is absolutely incredible. And then Evie, of course, came forward and said, this is my story, I'm glad that you like it. And oh my gosh, that story, literally, it reduced me to tears, but in a good way, in a very good way. It was about, as you know, it was about 5 or 6 couples falling in love. My favourite was Darcy and Shirley, and literally, oh, beautiful. And I did say on my last video that my top thing for her to write next would be a Shirley and Darcy fanfic, because, oh my gosh, this was the story that introduced me to Shirley. It was, Shirley and Darcy together would be, that would be amazing. Anyway, so hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like and subscribe. So yeah, they're my top 5 fanfictions. Well, Strictly related anyway. I have host of others. I mainly read Little Mix, Fifth Harmony and Strictly Fan Fics, and sometimes Dancing with the Stars, but not so much because I don't know much about Dancing with the Stars. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll be back with more videos soon. Bye!